Hey everybody, Micah here with Electrek, and today this beautiful specimen of an electric scooter in front of me is the CSC Monterey. I'm taking it on a first ever ride, and you're coming along with me. Let's check it out.
The Monterey is the latest offering from California-based CSC. Like all of their motorcycles, they ship it for free right to your doorstep, resulting in the most epic gift box ever. But unlike the rest of CSC's offerings, or really anything in the electric scooter market right now, the Monterey has a vintage style all its own. Alright, well not really all its own, it's obviously inspired by the best-selling motor vehicle in history, the Honda Cub. But while the outward design is reminiscent of 20th century style, it's all 21st century under the panels. Don't be fooled by that retro seat, the awesome analog needles or dials, or the old school two-tone colorway. This cute little scooter has all the trappings of a modern EV. There's a 1560 watt-hour removable battery, a 2.4 kilowatt peak electric motor in the rear wheel, and a full LED light package including headlight, taillight, and turn signals. This is a full motor vehicle though, so we're talking DOT-regulated parts like the mirrors, drum brakes, and the 12-volt electrical system, in addition to the 60-volt power system, and even some niceties I didn't expect, like an inverted hydraulic suspension fork to complement the dual rear shocks. Even so, the Monterey maintains its classic charm, like the old-school brake levers and the switch clusters that look and feel pretty darn close to the original Cub components. I've actually got a 1969 Honda Sports Cub, so between the two, I can say that they did a pretty good homage to the original. When it comes to performance, the CSC Monterey is certainly fun, but it's not a powerhouse. That 2.4 kilowatts of peak power is enough to pull away fine when the light turns green, but you're not going to be blowing past cars. And the real kicker, and the point where a bunch of you are going to start griping, is that the scooter tops out at 32 miles per hour or 52 kilometers per hour. Look, I know that rules out your 55 mile an hour highway cruises, but this isn't really meant to be a high-speed scooter. Sure, I took it on plenty of 50 mile per hour roads in the right lane, and it is a street-legal motor vehicle, so it can do it, but you're going to be getting past. That being said, I found that even on larger roads, I was given plenty of space and respect from other drivers since I was perceived as a motorcycle, not an e-bike, and thus to them I basically belonged on the road. Okay, so it's good looking, but not super fast. So what is this scooter good for? To me, this is the ultimate cruising around vehicle that still packs in decent utility. 32 miles per hour is enough to get on most urban and suburban roads, and the ride is so comfortable that you'll be sitting pretty and happy at those speeds. Even hitting speed bumps at high speeds feels pretty darn good with that modern hydraulic suspension and the large 17-inch wheels that roll over everything so much nicer than small 10 or 12-inch scooter wheels. It rides like a bicycle, but with the power of a light motorcycle. It's really the best of both worlds in that way. And speaking of utility, while it doesn't have major storage, there's a small locking storage compartment under the seat and a pair of glove compartments behind the front shield, one of which even has a USB charging port in it. The battery is even removable for charging, though most people will just charge in their garage anyways. When it comes to range, they claim a range of 20 to 60 miles, or 32 to 100-something kilometers, depending on speed. I found that when I was riding nearly topped out all the time on Florida roads, I was getting in the high 20s of miles, close to 30 miles of range, though riding slower in a city will presumably boost the range a bit. Ultimately, I get that many people will say this isn't enough for them. They want faster and farther. Fine, faster and farther is always nice, but with this price, which is just $19.95 with shipping included, or more like $23.95 after fees, this is pretty great performance for anyone that commutes mostly in the cities or suburbs, and who rides less than 25 miles a day or so. And while that might not be you, it just happens to be a huge chunk of the population. And so if you can get around on a fun bike like this while spending pennies a day to charge it, you'd be smiling as wide as I am.
Thanks for watching everyone. We hope you enjoyed that review of the CSC Monterey electric scooter. If you did, why don't you give this video a thumbs up? And don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss any of our future electric vehicle videos. We'll see you here next time.
I know you're just a dawn away. I keep thinking about that big sky I've seen so many times.